To continue our love of crispy chicken deliciousness, we're making the chicken katsu sando, 2 ways. It's basically a very delicious Japanese style chicken sandwich. You may remember the A5 Wagyu steak sando that we made some time back. A ridiculously, insanely tender, fatty piece of expensive Wagyu steak that we deep fried quickly, little crust, and then put into a sandwich. It was all about the meat in that. Well, this is all about the chicken for the most part. And this Tonkatsu sauce. Tonkatsu is the pork version. We're doing with chicken because, as Max tells me, when we do pork things, you guys don't like it. That's what Max says. We don't do well with pork.
No, I didn't say that. I just said chicken is more popular.
So we don't do well with pork. Everybody watching is a Hasidic Jew. That's what's going on here, and you guys don't want to eat pork, and that's okay with it. No, I'm only kidding, but this is, I do think chicken has a wider audience than pork items, unless it comes to ribs and pulled pork. We got to do that soon, too.
Yeah.
It's time to do some smoking.
On the smoker back there, right?
It's time to do some smoking. My friend, Greg Rempe, has a podcast called The Barbecue Central Show. It's very good. It is really well honed in for what he likes to say, live fire cooking. If you like to cook steaks on a grill with flames, if you like to use smokers, all that kind of stuff, that's his world. Championship stuff he talks about, how to get better, what to do. He's got some of the brightest minds in the barbecue world on every Tuesday. He gives me shit saying, dude, you don't realize it, but you have a live fire cooking show and you're not doing enough smoking. So we'll do some smoking. Barbecue smoking. Nobody look over my shoulder. That won't make it.
What? No, yeah, well.
Here's what we're gonna do. I said we're gonna do this 2 ways. The traditional way is with a whole piece of chicken. We'll use a breast for that. But then we're gonna do a ground chicken version that I know is gonna be my favorite because I can put a couple extra things into it. In any case, it's just fabulous. So let's start prepping our ground chicken version. First up, about a pound of ground chicken into our bowl. I bought this at the Japanese market where I got the Tonkatsu sauce. And I knew they would have this. And by the way, I checked at the Western supermarket that I go to. They did not have this, but they had the breast. So, okay, we'll add some green onion because we can and because we should. So we'll just dice these guys up. I don't know, maybe 3-4 tablespoons. Drop these guys in. Next, I want a little ginger in. So we'll just clean this kid up, cut a little bit. It's pretty strong, so we'll chop this much up, and in it goes. Followed by a big pinch of salt and pepper. Chicken's pretty bland. And even though the sauce is gonna add flavor, we need that for the chicken. Last but not least, about a 1/4 cup of Panko crumbs themselves. This will also be dipped into after, but for now, it goes inside. And Max, we mix with our hands. I'm telling you, fresh ginger is one of the greatest fricking things in the world. And when it's mixed, we're gonna make this into a couple patties. That will look like about this big each. Flatten them out a bit. We're gonna come back to these. We'll put these guys on a plate. You don't have to be too exact right at this second because they're going in egg and flour and more panko, and we'll shape them up then. But for now, we're good. Now our chicken breast. So this will be 1 chicken breast in a bag. Once again, thick on one side, thin on the other. This side's gonna cook faster than this side. We don't want that, so we want to even it out. The bag works very well. Little oil on both sides. Mush it around. Get as much air out as you can. And then we level the chicken playing field by gently flattening it to an even thickness. I say it all the time. It doesn't matter if it's an inch or a half an inch thick. It's the same all the way. That's what matters. And I'm getting at the point where it looks about the right thickness for me. So we're going to take it out, season it well with kosher salt and pepper, both sides, and then cut a piece out of this, what will go into one of our sandwiches. And this is the size bread we're using. So, like right in there should be perfect. Take our knife. I'm gonna do this on the bag so I can keep my cutting board clean. Just cut these guys off. Even this up and go about here. Beautiful. This guy's ready to go on our plate. Our other chicken is ready. Let's get breading. Could you drink that?
No.
Could you?
I mean, if I had to. I definitely wouldn't want to.
Same if I had to.
$100. You don't have to, but $100.
I mean, I'd do it for 1,000 in a heartbeat, but 100.
$100, yeah.
I think I could throw up just thinking about it. I'd like to say I would do it for 500 in a heartbeat, but I don't think I could get it down. I gotta have to stop doing this for a second. I almost puke. I'm not kidding. I'm actually close to gagging. My eyes started to water.
You're the one who asked us. Yeah, you brought it up, and then you made
know.
yourself sick.
I know. Here's the question. Could you drink this for, well, what's the price? 500
Well,
bucks?
you said $100, which is
Said
just stupid.
100 bucks. I couldn't. I don't think I could do it for 500. I think I would just gag. I'd puke.
I think I would choke it down for $1,000.
I don't think I could choke it down.
Should we pay Chance $1,000 right now to do it?
Chance, $1,000 right now.
Only 2 eggs?
Yeah.
I think I
God,
can
no.
get it
If we're gonna pay him $1,000, it's gonna be better than that.
Then these two eggs.
Yes, that's like nothing. Just because
Okay.
you're about to puke, you pussy.
Here's the question you can respond.
In the comment.
Of course, where are they going to respond? I mean the comments. Here's the question. What should Chance consume for $1,000?
Oh, we're gonna get some good suggestions.
Could you eat a pig's foot?
For 1,000?
Yeah.
No question. Easily.
Oh,
What do you
all
eat
right.
the most?
I don't think I should say.
You should,
You should say.
because I will get that.
All right, let's bread. Standard breading station. Flour, egg, breadcrumb. And in this case, Japanese breadcrumb, panko, we've already talked about it. So take our chicken that's been seasoned. It goes into the flour. We push down, we flip, we push down. We want sides, corners, edges, this whole thing. Shake off the excess. Don't want too much, but we want it. It will help our egg stick. And that looks like this. Into the egg. Flip it over, give it a egg bath that I'm still thinking about puking over, drinking.
Anti-egg, anti-egg. What's that?
And then NTM
Anti-egg.
from Wizard of Oz, and then into the panko. We cover with the panko. And then it flips. Nice even coating, push down so it sticks well. And then this comes off. Goes on our baking sheet. Now let's do the ground chicken. We pick one up. Goes into the flour. Now this guy's gonna be a little more difficult to deal with because it's a loose patty. But we'll make it work. Into our egg. Ugh. The egg is gross, man. And I love eggs, my favorite food. Honestly, my favorite food. And then up this comes, then into our panko. Just drip off the excess. Into the panko. Then I'll clean my hands a bit because this is when I want to shape it as much as I can. Now we'll just try and do this all the way around first before we pick it up. And now I'm going to try and make it square-ish like my sandwich bread. A little bit more. Beautiful. On to the baking sheet. And I'll just quickly do the second one. shape this guy. This thing has to be perfect. Down it goes. And we clean up and we fry. And with our oil at 350 in our cast iron pan, in will go our first chicken breast piece, and that's what you want, of course, that bubbling back and forth, because without that, you got nothing. And we'll put in one of our ground chicken patties, and we will just watch and be amazed at how beautiful everything is. We're gonna let these guys go about 3 minutes, so gorgeous and brown, flip them over, another 3 minutes, and out they'll come. I'm just getting a quick look. Got about a minute left, and oh, it's getting there beautifully. All right, over. Oh man, now the patty. Oh, I cannot wait. While the chicken finishes, I'm gonna take 4 slices of this lovely Japanese milk bread that I bought at Mitsuya, my little favorite Japanese supermarket near here, and give them a light toast on the flat top. Light. Just as a little texture and a little barrier between the saucy chicken katsu that's gonna go on this and the whole thing. Little color, that's all. Don't go crazy. Like that, a light toast. Perfect. And we're good. So we come off. You could go paper towels. I like a rack like this. Let them dry a bit. Beautiful. Now we'll get set up for our Tonkatsu sauce. So I like to put some in a bowl. Give it a good squeeze. It's kind of a fruit and vegetable mix. It smells a lot like Worcestershire. And then I'm just gonna take this and then brush these guys really well with it. I want absolute full coverage. Beautiful. Let me switch, I'll do this guy. The smell of it. It's a little sweet, it's a little tangy. You smell the vinegar, you smell the Worcestershire. All right, now I'll just flip these kids over. We'll repeat on the back. Same, same, same. Everybody gets covered. And when we're done, we build. And the building begins with Japanese mayo on the bottom. Spread it out. Or as we say in Canada, oot. Don't worry about the edges because we're cutting them off. Now some thinly sliced cabbage. Beautiful layer on each. This is going to give gorgeous crunch. Next up, our chicken. First the breast. Beautiful. Then the oversized patty. Amazing. The lids go on. Oh, did you hear that? It made a weird noise. And now we're gonna cut. So let me just move this guy over a bit.
Be super deliberate and careful.
As opposed to just going really fast and not giving a
Yes.
Okay, I can do that. So edges come off carefully. And all these little extra pieces will be snacks.
Oh my god. The juiciness in that. Maybe you were right about the ground.
I just wanted to do ground, but Max was like, no, no, gotta be traditional. So now we'll cut this sides off of this guy. Now, what I like to do is now cut these guys into threes. First the ground, and then the, hold on, let me just do this. It's a little bit wider this way. And then the breast. So you can see we've cleaned up a bit. Max has taken his picture, and now it's time to taste. So let's get one of each. This is the breast side.
Yeah, it is.
And look how beautiful. Look at that. Tell me, can you go tight on that? Let's take a bite. It's glistening. Oh my God. And you know, the thing is in Japan, you could buy these already made from a supermarket, department store, corner shop, made in the morning. So you're not eating them hot, but you're eating them delicious. A perfect chicken sandwich, all parts of it. The sauce is intensely delicious. But now what I think will be my favorites, the ground chicken with the ginger and the green onion. The specks of green are beautiful in here. Oh man. All right. I'm quite certain the ginger and the green onion are not traditional. And ground chicken is not traditional. But since we used ground chicken for that smash burger a month ago that you have to make, ground chicken's been in my head. And this, honestly, I can't really stop.